Hey hair friends, what's up and welcome back to my channel and welcome to another hair video. So today this is the hair that I'm going to be using. It is 32 inches long after it's braided and I really did like this hair. My first time buying it, but I got 6 bundles in a pack for $8.99. I bought 2 packs. I only ended up using 1. So my daughter's hair is ready to go. It has been freshly washed, deep conditioned, and stretched out. And we're going to go ahead and get started. So all I really needed was some Shine & Jam, my comb, and the braiding hair of choice. So this video is more of a what she wanted versus what she got. My daughter's going to the end of the year dance, and she really wanted a braided heart on the side of her hair or side of her head with some knotless box braids, right? As you can see here, that is a beautiful heart. She showed me a couple of other pictures. We went on Pinterest. Here's another heart, not perfectly hearted. There's a heart right there that's not actually braided into the scalp. And this is kind of the size of knotless box braids we were kind of going for. So just full disclaimer, I am self-taught, not a professional braider, but I definitely have some tips for you guys out there looking to create this look. All right, guys, so to get the heart shape, you want to start off with 2 C parts. Then I parted straight down the middle from where the C's point together. And then from that point, I basically did 2 diagonal lines, which you'll kind of see in a second. And it basically just looks like a Y. I know the angles here are a bit off, guys. When I got to editing the video, I realized I turned the camera off at a certain point because I did the braids so many times. It was getting a little frustrating. Like right here, I'm trying to feed in hair. Ended up not even working out, okay? So let me catch you guys up to speed. As you guys can see, the heart is coming together, okay? We're getting there, okay? What she wanted versus what she got. But I just felt like I really needed to round this, and you want to just change the direction of your braiding to create the heart. But I needed to really bring this braid further to the middle to really define that heart, if that makes sense. So even after the time that it's done, I really felt like I could have did it one more time. But I know she was a trooper, but she was tired. It was getting late and I still had the top of her head to do. And we had a soccer game early in the morning and the dance was that day. So it was just like, okay, come on. We're not going to do it again. But needless to say, since this is my first time feeding in hair, I ended up not feeding hair into this braid because that was like, it was like a struggle bus for me. Trying to feed in the hair and round it, it was looking bulky. So if you're going to feed in hair, don't feed in much. Take little pieces. But needless to say, I just couldn't get it together. So what I ended up doing was, instead of making each side of the heart come in to be one braid, I ended up with 2 braids, which is how we ended up here, because I wanted to show you guys how, as a beginner, you can manage to make the braid look neat, okay? And that's why we're gonna cross the braids over and we're just gonna sew them together. I really feel like it helped the braid look much neater. Again, like, I'm trying to keep a grip on this hair. This is when I start adding hair into the end, but I could not get the hair added into that heart. You see right there, maybe right in the middle, I wanted to redo it to really try to bring the curve in much tighter right there. But again, guys, you know, I did it so many times. It was like, okay, that's why some of the angles are off, because we were turning the camera on and off. But she definitely stuck with me. And in a minute, you'll see right here, I'm going to really try to fix that part and give the other side a shot. So as you guys can see here, I am starting with the other side and I'm really trying to make that part diagonal the best I could. Thankfully, the part in the front, the part of the heart in the front came out pretty good, like really good for my first time. The one that's kind of covered by some of her other braids, you guys see her scalp starting to hurt. I've been doing this same little side over and over. So I really felt really bad, but she's a trooper. She was sticking with it because she really wanted this heart as well. So, but really try to diagonal those points together because that's really gonna what defines the heart. I do think the bigger you make your heart, the more defined it is. The first time I made it, it was a little smaller. The second time it was a little bigger, but then the part wasn't as straight, so I ended up like fixing the part, putting some Shine & Jam on there, really trying to do my best to define this heart. You guys, again, I did it several times, but needless to say, I do think it came out really well, at least for my first time. And as a YouTuber, I'm always up for recording something to show someone else and, you know, give some tips. So At this point, that's how the heart looks right there, guys. You'll see it a little closer here later on in the video. But here I'm going to go ahead and start showing you guys how I, for the first time, was feeding in hair into these knotless box braids. All right, guys, so here I am about to just show you guys a braid that I did and feeding it in. And one of my biggest tips is to just give it a shot, okay? You have to, no matter watching me right now, you have to just try it yourself. So I start the braid, and as soon as I start to braid, I immediately add a piece of hair into the right side. Really keep a nice tight grip on the hair because it's really going to make your braid look nice and neat at the root the tighter you hold the hair. Then I start to braid, and when I get back to the right side, I add another piece of hair, gradually getting a little bit smaller. I mean, a little bit bigger, guys. Just to kind of give it a natural look from being the root and the braid kind of getting a little bigger. Then I start to braid again, and when I get back to the right side, I add another piece of hair. Now, I'm only adding hair on the right side, I think, because it's natural that, I don't know, I'm right-handed. It just seemed like I just stuck with the right side. Then I'll continue to hold that braid nice and tight. And I only added 3 pieces to each braid. But yeah, guys, it's not as hard as it seemed. But if you have not seen my rubber band method, definitely give that video a shot because that is super beginner friendly, seeing as the rubber band helps hold all the hair together. So now let me show you guys how I sewed these braids together. All right, so as you guys can see, I took some needle and thread, and this is honestly just like a needle from my sewing machine. I know it's not like a hair needle because I do believe they sell hair needles, but yeah, I just took some needle and thread, sewed it through, tied it, and then I just continued to sew it through about 5, 6, 7 times until I felt like the crossover was nice, flat, and secure. And I feel like this really helped my heart as a beginner looked really nice and neat because when it was floating around, the end of it didn't point as nicely. So leave your girl a comment down below and let me know, as a beginner, did you find this helpful? Have you tried this? And all in all, I think it came out well for my first time. All right, guys, so make sure you stay tuned till the end of the video so you guys can see a glimpse of her nails. She showed me a picture of some blue nails on Pinterest. And again, I did another video, what she wanted versus what she got. So be sure to check out that video as well. You'll see a glimpse of the nails at the end of this video. And if you guys are not subscribed to your girl's channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button, that notification bell, so you're notified each and every time I post a new video. And I hope to catch you guys all in my next video. Thanks for watching.